Last week, we talked about money that's sitting in your old customer list. This week, we're going to get more specific. How do you know who to call first? What to say after someone's gone quiet for a year? And how to get 5-star reviews coming in without chasing every single customer down.
How do you know which customers, past customers, are worth reaching out to first? How much revenue are you leaving on the table by not having a reactivation system? How do you get past customers who bought from you before but haven't called in a year or more to come back? And then how do you get more 5-star reviews without chasing every single customer?
Hey everyone, welcome to AI Tech Tuesday. I'm Crystal Gonzalez and I'm founder of CGX Virtual Solutions. I'm also your host here today, along with Yamille. At CGX Virtual Solutions, we help business owners get back their time and their sanity by pairing them up with virtual remote office staff, which are real humans, to help them run the back end so that they can stop putting out fires and start building the kind of business that will earn them a 5-star rating every single time.
Hi, and I'm Yamille, and I am the founder of System IQ. My specialty is to help some local service businesses, particularly in the trades, to bring technology and automation into their existing operations so that calls get answered every time, estimates get followed up in a timely manner, and revenue doesn't leak when you're not in the room.
Thank you, Yamil. So, our first question that we're going to tackle today is, how do we know which customers are worth reaching out to first? Go ahead.
Well, one of the best words of advice I can give somebody is start with the highest value customers first. The ones who spent the most or used you more than once already. Then look at recency. Someone who called you 6 months ago is a much warmer lead than somebody from 3 years ago.
Mhm.
So here's the importance of having that CRM, right, Crystal?
Yes, absolutely. You need that historical data. But if you've got a CRM or even a spreadsheet and you're able to sort by the last service date and the total spend, this is going to really help you pull up your top names. And it's going to be like a gold list to you because you don't need to call 500 people. You just need to start with
Mm-mm.
like the top 50 or so. And then you can work your way down from there, but that'll give you a real good start to be able to really reaching into who is going to get you money the quickest by having that information from your CRM or your spreadsheet.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's marketing that costs you $0, actually.
Hmm.
Who doesn't want that? So next question that we want to tackle today is how much revenue are you leaving on the table by not having a reactivation system?
Exactly. I don't think business owners put enough thought into this because they will have, I guess you could say, old leads or an old client list or people who may have used them once and never came back, but they never really have taken the time to really figure out how much they're losing by not tapping into that old list. What is their value? The biggest thing that you want to do is you want to, if you have, like, for example, if you have like 500 customers in your database that have done nothing, even if you just activated or were able to reach out to and get reactivated like even 10% of them. To, like, if you're in the HVAC industry, we're going to use the HVAC industry as an example in this
Hmm.
episode. If you're in the HVAC industry and you have 500 customers that are in your database and you're able to activate 10% of them to either book a job with you to get a repair or a tune up, and simply reminded them that you actually exist by reaching out, that could be worth $25,000 to $50,000 or more that's just waiting to be collected. You've already paid to earn that customer. We talked about this in our last episode. You've put the marketing
Hmm.
dollars out there or you've earned them somehow. Somehow they've reached out to you. So why not just reach back out again instead of having to put new money towards new people? Just go back into that database
Exactly.
and reactivate it with ones that have already trusted you in the past.
Exactly. So it's like going digging for gold in your own backyard, right? I mean, the gold is there. All you need is a little shovel and dig it up and find it because it's gonna be there. And if they trusted you once before, they're gonna hear you and you're gonna call them up or you reach out to them in some way. they'll be okay with that. I mean, they may not need you right then and there, but that's okay. I mean, that's at least you reached out and you tried to get something to help them with something. So
You
that
know,
really is what matters. People value that.
and there's one thing that also is really important too, is that the more times
Mhm.
you're able to get to a customer's house, the more options there are to be able to sell them something, upsell, bring some more money, or maybe even bring one of your partners. If you're an HVAC, maybe you don't do plumbing, or maybe you do plumbing, but there's other things in the home that may need service. So it's definitely a chance to upsell as well to bring more money in, just getting your foot in the door.
Exactly, exactly. And take care of those pesky little maintenance issues that a lot of people maybe don't think about. But if you bring it up, oh yeah, I kind of need that. Let's go ahead and while you're here, let's do that. You know,
Mhm,
it's an easy upsell when you're there already.
mhm.
Okay, let's tackle the next question. How do you get past customers who haven't called in a year or more to come back and buy from you again? So you got to give them a reason and you got to make it easy. So a simple message like, "Hey, it's been a while since your last tune up," in the HVAC example. "Summer's coming and we've got a few openings this week. Want you to save us, would you like us to save you a spot?" I mean, Crystal, you live in the desert. You know what it's like when the AC stops working in the middle of the summer because you know that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be on the hottest day of the year that the AC is going to go.
Oh my goodness.
It's Murphy. It's what happens.
I've
Coldest day of the year, the furnace goes on. It just
uh,
it's what happens.
I have watched because I'm like a lurker in Facebook groups across the valley, and I watch, and it's sad because people like are, "Oh, my AC just broke," and it's like
Mhm.
the hottest time, right? I mean, like, I would say I probably saw 7 or 8 in the groups I'm in the valley that just happened
Mhm.
yesterday. Like, I can't believe it, like, "Come on, guys. Why don't you just ask for service, have them come check it instead of getting stranded in this heat?" Because this is really bad when you don't have air conditioning in this desert.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so definitely the
Exactly.
preventative care, you're never gonna be able to get all of them because some people are just procrastinators, and no
No, of
matter how much
course
you
not. Of
tell
course not.
they're not
And
gonna
that's
do
okay.
it. They're not gonna do it. But there is
And
a
that's
good percentage
okay.
of them, especially your older individuals who, they
Exactly.
definitely
Or those
they
with
know.
kids or yeah.
Yeah, people
And
who need it.
yeah, it's crazy, and it's like it's that's all you need to do is you don't even need to hard sell. Like you're gonna get some, you're gonna not get some. That's
Mhm,
okay. But you
mhm,
know what? Those ones that don't get some are the ones who are gonna have a problem in the summer when it's the hottest day. Then they have to take a chance that you're gonna be available, right? So really, just a helpful nudge at this right time, especially when it's not so hot yet or so cold yet. That's the perfect time
mhm,
to remind them, like Crystal said, a lot of people they just don't want to deal with that. Oh, I don't want to pay for it right now. And that's okay. But at least you're staying in front of them. So it's an option if they're like, oh, yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it. But they're calling me. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
mhm.
Um, and then let's see what else. So you can do that via text. You can send an email. You can send a postcard. You know, the system that we use, you can even do a voice drop, which means it's like
Voice
leaving a
email drop.
voicemail
Mhm,
without the phone even ringing. You could do that too. So that's just an option in the multi-touch kind of systems, multi-touch campaigns. Ultimately, the key is to make it feel personal, not like a mass blast. So obviously having personalization is important. Knowing what service they had last is also important because you can maybe recommend and the timing around the season. So it actually makes sense to have that outreach at that time.
yeah, absolutely. And then the last thing that we're gonna talk about is how do you get more five-star reviews without chasing every single customer? We've talked about this in a few episodes, and we're gonna always talk about it because it's extremely important. You want to automate the ask. Right after a job
Mhm.
is completed, when the customer is happy, they should get a text or email with a direct link to leave a review. Because if your tech guys are out in the field, not your tech guys, but your maintenance guys, your field guys are out in the field, they're saying leave us a review. Those customers don't know how to leave the review. So if you automate sending that direct link to leave the review, they don't have to take any extra steps. They don't have to search for you. You make it super easy and you're doing it when they're happy to leave a review. You've just taken care of them. If their AC broke down in the desert, are they happy? You came and
Yes,
you rescued them. So this is when you
exactly.
want to leave the review, people. You don't want to wait a week or a month. You want to do it when they're happy. The other thing
Correct.
is that if they can make it in one tap, your review count is going to go up without you or your tech having to awkwardly ask every time. It's literally a tap. So, and this also helps with your Google profile because it's getting regular reviews. Google's going to know you're a business that's actively operating. That all goes into play, guys, with
Hmm.
Google and you being referred and you coming up on search results. I don't know how many businesses that I've went to that aren't closed, but their profile says they're closed. So if you're getting regular
Right.
reviews, your profile's not going to close down either. That's something that needs to be a part
Definitely.
of your regular checking with your businesses, going in and periodically checking your Google My Business profile. If you don't have one, yeah, I can help you set that up as well. It's super important.
Yeah. And the other thing I was gonna, when you said the one tap, I don't have any on my desk right now, otherwise I'd show you. But I have these cards that I provide my clients with, and they have a QR code, and when you can have them, you give them out to your techs so that whenever they're out there providing a service and the customer is at their happiest point, HVAC, I mean, AC working in the summer, a carpet cleaner that just the carpet smells great. They're having a party this weekend. I mean, that is the happiest they're ever going to be. So you have a card, a physical card, like a credit card size, and it has a QR code that your technician can ask right then and there, "Hey, are you happy with with our service? Here." And it leads them straight through to, there's a couple of ways to do it where you can have it get feedback first so that they can tell you what they liked about the service, which is actually really good so that it's this tech that provided the service, what service they got. It's more context to the review too, and it also gives you feedback in case something didn't go quite right. And
Mhm.
then they're led to leave the review straight on Google, so they don't even have to work so hard, and they can do it right then on their phone. Everybody has their phone in their pocket anyway, so why not do it right then and there?
Yeah, and
And then
another thing that I
yeah,
wanna add to that is that using keywords. When they leave the review, you wanna
hmm
respond to that review, thanking them for leaving a review, but also make sure you're using keywords like specific services or products you offer, things like that in the review, because that's searchable on Google. So those
yes,
keywords, you're
important.
adding additional keywords. If it's a full air conditioning system, or if it's a maintenance plan, or if it's a RO system, or whatever it is based on the industry
hmm
you're in,
hmm
make
hmm
sure that those Google reviews, you're intentionally inserting in keywords into the reviews as much as you can, because a lot of the times they're not gonna know to use keywords, your clients, but you can. And that's a perfect opportunity to take it and be able to insert in some keywords in there so that you're showing up more in the search results.
Exactly, exactly. And I don't know, I would imagine that maybe sometime in the future, I mean, I know that the system we use has this option, but I mean, I'm talking about video testimonials. And I wonder if at some point in the future, if not sooner than later, if Google will give us an option to give customers an option to leave a video testimonial for a service. I'm not sure. I'd have to
I
look into
haven't
that,
heard
but
anything yet, but I
I,
do know that the software we have does allow you to do it, which is a really
it
cool
does
feature,
allow
and
you
it's
to do
pretty
that.
new
Yeah.
too, but it's
It's
cool.
really pretty cool because that way you can see it's a real person talking about this real thing, and it's less likely to be a spam review or a bot or something like that. But important, reviews are important, and you could do it with reactivation because you have the people in your database. So you can either do it at the end of the service, but if they don't actually give you a review then, you can prompt them for a review later because
Mhm.
you have their information.
Absolutely. Well, it's been another great episode, don't you think, Yamil?
I think it was awesome.
Great.
Awesome. Awesome. So next week, if the word technology, right, makes you want to close the tab, this one's for you. We're breaking down exactly how much you actually need to understand to run a smarter business and what you can hand off entirely.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to that next episode,
Me
actually.
too.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We always look forward to having our guests join us. And if you please would like, share, what else do they need to do? Subscribe, right?
Comment, give us ideas for future episodes, questions you would like us to answer. just have a conversation.
But yeah,
We
and
don't
as
bite.
always, you can go to our website at aitechtuesdays.com, or you can go to our Facebook channel, AI Tech Tuesdays, where you can drop us a comment. And if you have any suggestions for us, or maybe you want us to bring a guest on the show, we'd really like to hear your feedback. We're all ears. Okay, guys,
Yes.
we'll see
Thank
you
you for
next
joining
time.
us.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Bye
See
bye.
you next week. Bye.